Hello and welcome to week 3 of EDU 509. Just so you guys are aware, I am pre-recording this as I will be traveling on Memorial Day weekend. As such, I have not read your papers yet. Well, I've read some of them because some of them are coming in really early. Um, so for week 3, your assignment 1 will be done. Note that any feedback I have for you will both be within the text of your paper or in the feedback box. In general, if you cover all the points really well. I'm not going to leave a lot of feedback. I'll leave a feedback on APA or if things are missed, or if I read something that I'm very interested in and want to ask. So just know that with 45-ish students, I don't tend to leave paragraphs of feedback on every paper. SEL is deeply embedded in all aspects of a learning experience at all age levels. I've already seen some of the responses coming back about how you guys are doing SEL in your classrooms or how you want to see SEL in your classrooms if it's not already there. Week 3 is about neuroscience and how does or can what we know about the brain impact institutional structures and policies as well as daily practice. The farther you go into learning on trauma, the more you see that trauma has deep impacts on brains, brain structure, brain chemistry, all of the above. You're going to watch this video and respond on discussion boards. I'll cover it in a moment, but one of the discussion boards changed this morning as some of the videos no longer exist. So there's not as many videos this week, but there are websites, podcasts, and articles, as well as you needing to go out to find some research of your own. So this week you just need to complete the discussion board learning activities and start working on assignment 2. So our discussion boards this week. This is the one that changed, discussion board 1. You're going to read one current. So for current, I would appreciate if it came out in the last 4 years, basically post-COVID. Article, blog post, or reputable resource related to mental health, stress, resilience, trauma-informed care, or coping strategies during challenging times. Write a response, 1 to 2 paragraphs, addressing the following, the 4 things there. There are some example resources down at the bottom, and please remember to dialogue with 2 cohort colleagues. Discussion board 2 is the same as it was before, so that one has not changed. Assignment 2 is writing an organizational mission and vision. You're going to identify organizational systems, policies, and procedures in place that support the concept of being trauma-informed. This stuff is all the usual. Note third person. Your questions, sorry, not writing your organizational mission or vision, you are analyzing it. How does the mission vision of the organization guide their response to student-client trauma? My preference would be that you use the school you are currently working at or the business you are currently working at. What resources are available to teachers, staff, faculty, and/or organizational leaders to recognize and respond to those impacted by traumatic stress? In what ways is your organization intentionally providing evidence-based interventions and access to services for students affected by trauma? Try to identify any gaps in your structure that might be barriers to being trauma responsive. And if there are gaps, what are your recommendations for bridging them? All right. Reminder, just be in touch. And the question for this week is, after reviewing the readings this week, what is one aha moment about brain research and your students that you had? Have a great week.